Hello, my name is Julie Shields, and my group members, Mackenzie Cavanaugh, Trevor Dycio, Carolyn Pontari, and I worked with Grane RX to optimize the production of their newly acquired West Coast business. Grane RX is based out of Pennsylvania and services long-term patients in the East Coast and Mid-Atlantic regions. Their current business model specializes in medication fulfillment for nursing homes, assisted living patients, and meds to homes, which are patients that still live in their residential homes. In 2018, Grane RX acquired a new business that will expand their demand into western states, and they will build a new pharmacy in the Denver metro area. The new business will only service meds to home patients, and they are anticipating to grow over 100% within the first year and a half of West Coast production. The distribution model of meds to home is shown here. Patients go to their local clinic or PACE center, and the PACE center requests a prescription to the Grane pharmacy. Once the Grane pharmacy fulfills it, a third-party delivery company delivers the medicine to the patient's home. There are two types of orders fulfilled: cycle orders and daily orders. Cycle orders are recurring prescriptions that are fulfilled once every 4 weeks and are mostly a deterministic demand. Daily orders are emergency requests or newly added medicines to the cycle orders. These orders come randomly and must be fulfilled and delivered within 24 hours of receipt. The issue Grane encounters is not having a feasible way to plan and optimize production for the Denver pharmacy due to entering a new market and new business model. The solution we proposed to this issue was a monthly production scheduling model in Excel that optimizes PACE center fulfillment throughout the 4-week cycle and also optimizes fulfillment by day within each week. Secondly, our team performed a weekly production cost analysis that quantifies operational decisions when the Grane pharmacy approaches maximum production capacity. Looking at the monthly production model, the first step we did was gather PACE center volume data from Grane and make assumptions on all unknowns, as shown here. The first purpose of our model was to optimize production. For each week, we leveled production by order volume, and within each week, we optimized daily production by delivery distances to ensure farther packages had enough lead time. The second purpose of this model was to create a user-friendly operational tool for the Grane staff. Using VBA and Excel macros, we coded a model that pulled data from SAP exported tables, consolidated that information in a usable format, and then applied the data to solver models, all with the click of a button. We also allowed entry of up to 12 more PACE centers to accommodate for projected growth. Now looking at the weekly production cost analysis, we imitated the general methodology from the first model, gathering as much data as possible and writing down all assumptions, as shown here. The model was coded in MATLAB and simulated 2 decision-making scenarios when the company is approaching maximum capacity. The first scenario is what Grane plans to do, which is to use overtime hours or shipping orders to Pittsburgh and then expediting them back to the West Coast to fulfill any excess orders. Our recommendation is to apply a simple backlogging technique that allows the company to shift orders to the next day if there is an allowable capacity. If not, then they should use the Pittsburgh shipping options and overtime hours. After running each scenario for each week 100 times, the average of our results are as follows. When the pharmacy reaches 75% capacity, there is a potential savings of $5,953 per year if they choose to use the Scenario 2 decision-making techniques versus Scenario 1. We also analyzed the cost impact of adding another pharmacy technician at this capacity level, and while it only shows a cost savings of $267 for the entire year between Scenario 1 and Scenario 2, adding one more technician saves roughly $6,000 per month in overtime and expedited shipping costs. At 100% capacity, the savings between Scenario 1 and Scenario 2 are more extreme, but the cost savings of an added technician are of lesser magnitude. Due to these results, we recommend to the company to hire another technician when their monthly production approaches 75% of their total capacity, and to implement the Scenario 2 backlogging technique as long as our assumptions remain accurate to their business model. Through the course of this project, we were able to successfully create models that improve Grane RX operationally and guide them on futuristic production decisions. We would like to thank the Grane staff for allowing us to work with them this semester, as well as Dr. Jiang and Dr. Luankasorn.